And I think we're live. Hey everybody, welcome to our second live Google Plus Hangout broadcast. We hope you're watching from either our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/outfortech or our Google Plus page, the Out for Tech Google Plus page, where if you have any questions for us, you can post them on our wall. So please keep that in mind. We'd love to hear your questions. Keep them coming. We'll try to answer them as best we can.
And if anyone has any questions after the live broadcast that you think of later, or if any of you are watching from home after we're done with the live broadcast, you can also email any of your questions to info@outfortech.org.
Oh my gosh, Annie, I love your beard.
Thanks,
and your scuba goggles.
Woo! We're twins, everyone. Can you tell? We're like twinsies from the same. What does that mean? Is this twinsies?
This is twinsies.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, my goggles.
Oh, my beard. So we'll do some intros right now, and then we'll move on with the rest of the program. We want to cover a couple things here. We're going to cover a new programming addition to OUTC 2013. It's going to be the Gender Spectrum Breakfast. Super fun.
Woohoo!
And then we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about kind of what to expect in the tech world, you know, as Annie. And so we're going to see what Annie has to say about that, and then hopefully we'll have some questions after that. Kind of just a little hangout, just chilling out. We're going to just talk about stuff, and hopefully put some people at ease, make them feel welcome, and excited to either start that application or finish it.
Or finish it. Or for those of you who've joined us who have been admitted so far from the early applicants round, welcome, and we're very excited to meet you in person in early February.
Great. So let's see. Annie, why don't you go first? What's your name?
I mean, what isn't my name? So my name is Annie. Last name is Nozawa. I am on the OUTC planning team, specifically on the student recruitment team. So that means for all y'all on this hangout, we are excited about you. We read your applications. It's me and Kevin. For those of you on the call who've already reached out to us or have heard from us in the past, this is my... Well, I suppose I should let you know that this is my face. Whoa. I went to the University of Pennsylvania. I graduated in 2008. Now I work at a startup in Palo Alto, which is called Houzz, H-O-U-Z-Z. We're an internet tech startup, and we're all about the interior design and remodeling industry. So it's real fun. I'm excited. And then I think we had a funny... funny question. Is that correct?
We want to know your preferred pronoun.
Oh, yes. So my preferred pronoun. I'm a cis female. I'm actually a straight ally on the team. My sister, though, is one of the best people in the whole world, and she has opened my world up to the world of lesbians in San Francisco. She is fantastic. I absolutely adore her. My preferred pronouns are she and her, and all sort of permutations of those.
And then also the funniest person you've ever been mistaken for.
Yes. So without the beard, actually it's kind of crazy. For a very long time, when I was in school specifically, I should take my beard off so this is more credible, used to get asked all the time if anyone had ever told me that I looked like Princess Jasmine. What? And actually, I think at some point I started counting, and from the time that I started counting, I have been told by 48 completely independent parties, not including the people who were with someone who was like, has anyone ever told you that you look like Princess Jasmine? 48 different people have randomly told me that in my life. So I guess it's pretty much wikipedia.org status at that point.
That's exciting. It seems like a whole new world with you these days.
Yes. A whole new world.
I guess it's my turn. My name's Nick. You may remember me from the last Hangout when I was going buck wild in that birthday hat. I'm the director of community here, so that's why I'm kind of on this Hangout here. Let's see, I went to Brown, and I currently work for Google, which is really wonderful. That's where I'm at right now. And let's see, my preferred pronoun is he and possessive form of him. And I think the funniest person I've ever been mistaken for, let's see, just want to take off my goggles. It's
Why don't you take that beard off too?
I can't. It's attached.
Oh
I
my
can
God.
take Mitch from Modern Family, which is kind of funny because we have so much in common. And
Like you're both gingers.
uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Oh my gosh, this is real life, everyone.
Okay. Real life late in the office.
My goodness.
Yeah, so he and I share a lot in common, and it's one of my life goals to meet him one day, shake his hand. Gingers
Absolutely. Gingers unite.
we have to kind of stick together there. So
Pretty much. Oh, I see how it is.
yeah, you know, gotta have my persona on.
I like this better.
I like that one. So, Annie, let's talk about the gender spectrum breakfast.
Yes, absolutely.
Intro there. We've got about 30 minutes for the whole program, so a little more than 20 minutes left.
Yes, and we will keep it coming. So the Gender Spectrum Breakfast is a totally new component of our OUTC programming versus our very first conference that was earlier this year in April. And basically, can't you tell those were all my own hands? So we are really excited about the Gender Spectrum Breakfast. Basically, it is an introduction to everyone to meet each other and all the organizers, totally casual, no officially planned programming. It'll be on the Saturday of the two-day conference, and we will have it start at 9 a.m. Again, it's just an opportunity for everyone to warm up, wake up, get some coffee, grab some breakfast, make some new friends. Maybe if you're coming from a university where you don't necessarily have, you know, other people who are there that you know of, it's just a chance to start making new friends and go around to different sessions and breakout sessions throughout the weekend with each other, just a warm up, and something also where we are excited for everyone to get a chance to acknowledge all different spectrums of gender identity and, you know, make sure that it's a safe and comfortable environment for all of our student attendees to introduce each other and themselves and start to find out if there's anyone who goes by a pronoun specifically, or if anyone has any preferences on that. It's a great, safe, open forum for everyone to get off on the best but possible.
Yeah, and that's something that we want to stress too, is that OUTC, you know, just like our sister conference, brother conference, sibling conference, OUTC, there we go. We want everyone to, you know, commit to gender neutral language. That's really important for us. We also want everyone to kind of trust each other's intentions. So, you know, we have just as many, you know, sexuality backgrounds or gender identity backgrounds as we have. We also have a lot of geographical backgrounds. We have with different that comes with different personal experiences, exposure backgrounds. You know, we're all here for like one common goal, and that is to celebrate each other and celebrate our differences and kind of draw strength from that. And if we can come together around the friendship and the authenticity that we're trying to bring to the conference, I think that's going to really help everyone kind of get along and grow with each other, because that's also something that I saw last year at the first conference, but also at the business conference as well. It was a really great time for people to join together and, you know, really grow in a safe space, and that's what we want for OUTC as well, especially in 2013.
Absolutely. I think one thing too that's just to echo Nick's statement around trusting everyone and each other's intentions, all of us on the OUTC planning team absolutely intend for our language to be as sensitive to all different spectrums of gender identity at the conference. But I think we're also still in the middle of practicing and getting really good at avoiding any gender specific or gender isolating language. Like, for example, colloquialisms in the English language, like you guys. It's something that all of us are actively working on removing from our vocabulary in order to be really mindful of how yes. In order to be as mindful as possible of not making anyone feel excluded or left out or pointed out. And so if you will forgive us in advance if any of our planning team accidentally says that throughout the course of the weekend, slap our hands. We absolutely do know better. And sometimes it's just a force of habit, but it's something that all of us are actively working on. We think it's really super important. And yeah, so
We talk about it.
we do. We talk about it actively, and we call each other out on the calls whenever somebody says it. Yes.
Great. So yeah, so that's really important to us, and we know that it's important to you because we read your feedback. So that is kind of one of the reasons that we had the Gender Spectrum Breakfast idea. Also, we have. Let's see. Oh, we had the Women in Tech. That's the other thing that I want to talk about. So the Women in Tech, we had that last year as an option, but we realized that some students felt like they were blocked in to attending this and not being able to experience the whole conference, freely. So we wanted to give a couple options. And then there's really nothing else planned at the same time as the Gender Spectrum Breakfast. So please come, please enjoy yourself and make some friends there, and enjoy the rest of the conference, because that's one of our main goals, is for everyone to feel like they got as much as they wanted out of OUTC 2013.
Yes, all agreed. And also, we will still have a Women in Tech breakout session, but the difference versus last year, ooh, it's weird to see my whole mouth now. I'm putting this back on. It's something that we acknowledge is versus last year, where basically any of our student attendees who identified as a woman got put into that session. This time we're going to give folks the option to choose which of the different breakout sessions per breakout segment they would like to be a part of. And so everyone will have their ability to choose, but we will have absolutely a Women in Tech breakout session. And it's going to be great programming again, something that we're really excited about. So yes, we absolutely.
Also, if I could do a plug for another Hangout session that we're going to have in January, it'll be more about programming. We're still ironing out some kinks, and we have, I think it's this Cherry Diet Coke that I'm drinking. Whoops. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Oops. I'll have to edit that out later. We're going to have a programming hangout in January so that we can kind of answer questions about what to expect programming-wise. So stay tuned for that. Let's see. Something else to talk about. Annie, I just wanted to kind of speak about your experience, as a cis woman in tech.
Absolutely, I can definitely do that. So just a little bit of background about my career path to date. Following college, I actually ended up going to not the tech industry, but rather the Clorox company. Yes, folks, that is the makers of bleach, Hidden Valley Ranch dressing, Glad trash bags, Brita, and lots of other things that I'm probably not allowed to say on this Google Hangout, but oh well. And in marketing there, it's definitely a very female-dominated culture. So it was a thing. It wasn't, particularly noticeable until I left the consumer packaged goods industry for mobile tech, where for the first time the culture at my company was absolutely male dominated. And since then, I've been to a number of different gaming industry, mobile industry, tech industry events where, by and large, the men are the dominant gender at these events. And as a cis woman who likes to, dress cute and wear makeup, it's definitely something where I have, at different points in my tech career, felt objectified or singled out or particularly noticeable as a result. So it's been really interesting. I think for me, being outgoing makes it a little easier. I definitely have kind of a big personality, and so folks don't necessarily give me a hard time, but I have absolutely felt objectified. There have been times where I had a male employer in the past, not necessarily in tech, who was definitely intimidated by me and made it a point to make me know that he was threatened by the fact that I was a strong-minded, confident woman who worked at a level beneath him. So it's been an interesting learning experience, and I think it's something that's going to be a topic as we kind of go farther into programming in terms of talking about some of the challenges that all of us are going to face in our career, in terms of people having a first look at you and making assumptions about who you are or how they would like to treat you, or accidentally being, for lack of a better word, insensitive of your physical form, and that impacting the way that people around you that you work with or who are peers in your industry treat you. So yeah, I mean, for the most part, I've been really fortunate in not having too many hard or difficult experiences in my career as a cis woman. But they absolutely exist, and the examples that I could share about different friends and colleagues of mine in the tech world who have either had to change the way they dress or felt that they needed to change the way they dress, or sort of reduce the conspicuousness of their female gender, how that's been a thing and how that's come into play. So I wouldn't say it's specific to tech. I think every industry has its, gender expectations and whatever is normal or the norm for those industries. For example, back in consumer packaged goods, if you were a male in a junior or middle management position, everyone assumed you were gay. So it definitely exists across the board, but it's definitely, it's something where my personal experience has been fortunate enough not to see a lot of that, but I definitely am sensitive to the fact that it's different, and it's a completely different experience being a cis female in the tech world versus being a cis male. So that's just a tiny preview of some of the things that we'll talk about and some of the stories that I think folks are going to share during the conference. That's my little, 10,000-foot view at my career to date, and how my chosen gender and the way that I present myself has become a thing.
Have you found any ways to kind of empower yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. So I would say one thing which is fantastic, especially about the tech community, is certainly in the startup world, your work product speaks volumes more than anything else about who you are. So if you are professional and you conduct yourself in a way where people know that you are serious about what you do and you're good at what you do and you care about what you do, then many, many times anyone who might be threatened by who you are or who you've identified yourself to be or what they assume about your gender identity, all of that becomes very secondary to everyone else who pays more attention to the quality of your work and how intelligent you are and how easy you are to get along with. So those are ways that I would say qualitatively I have not necessarily protected myself against or bolstered myself against prejudice or assumptions around who I am, but it's certainly something that, I think we can all feel really good about, all of us who are on the OUTC planning committee, is that our industry is first and foremost about how good you are at what you do, and second is, anything outside of work or any sort of presuppositions about what you might be like as a person. All that falls away. So.
Well, it sounds like lots of things to talk about.
So many things.
Oh my goodness.
And OUTC is going to be a really interesting open forum for all of that. My goggles keep wigging in and out. Sorry about that.
Let's see if we have any questions. I wonder, I'm refreshing our Google Plus page. Let's see. Not seeing any just yet. Okay. Maybe I wonder about our YouTube. Oh, we just got a new subscriber to our YouTube channel.
I saw.
That's cute. Let's see.
Loved it.
Do we have any? No, it looks like no comments, which is fine. Okay. Well, we got a couple minutes left. Annie, what are you going to talk about?
Well, we can talk about one thing, which is that I have learned so much about gender identity and all of the different spectrums around genderqueer individuals and the different kinds of ways that folks in our community identify themselves. And it's frankly, I mean, a lot of it is, there's all that information out on the internet these days, but I also just want to thank everyone who's applied to date. Being on the student recruitment team, I had the privilege of reading so many different really incredible students' applications and reading about sort of their experiences and what OUTC would mean to them as an LGBTQ individual and how they choose to identify themselves. One of the things that we did this year is in the gender identity segment of our form, we left it open. It's just an open text field in the application. So for those of you watching this who haven't yet applied or who haven't finished, we don't actually ask you to choose male, female, or decline to state. It's just an open text field, and whoever you are and whoever you choose to identify yourself as being and whatever gender identity you have, just write that in and share that with us. And it's something that's really important to all of us on the OUTC team. And so I just really want to thank everyone who has taken the time to date to fill out and complete that application because, oh no, Nick's back, the light. Because I have just learned so much personally from having read these applications and looked up, all of these different new terms. I think something that all of us on the planning team realized so far is that we're a little old school in terms of the ways that we have been able to articulate with intelligent vocabulary different gender and sexual identities. And so, yeah, just the application process on its own has really opened a lot of our eyes, and every single one of us is going to make sure that we are as informed as all of our students before the conference so that all of us are on the same page and we're doing cool, awesome things for everyone.
I mean, we're not that old school.
We're not that old school, but okay. I think, no. I mean, we're really, okay.
I mean, I went to Brown, come on.
Old. I mean, I can't do, I want to be like, come on, we're totally fine. Ooh.
There we go. All right, so it looks like we got a comment. Oh, someone +1 does too.
Yay!
Hey, Sasha, loving the goggles. That's cool. Yeah. If you guys remember, if anyone remembers, from last time Sasha was, he was our campus ambassador example, who talked about his great experience at last year's conference. Let's see, we've got about 4 minutes left, and I'm refreshing. I think we've covered everything that we could, I can think of that students might ask.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I think if I could just reiterate, that this is, we just want everyone to have a really great time. And that's kind of why we're doing this. And, if you have any questions or you feel unsafe or you feel a little nervous at all, just come talk to me or Annie or any one of the organizers, whoever you feel comfortable with talking. And we can, address the situation, set anybody at ease, and, kind of mitigate any fears you might have, that sort of thing. So please keep that in mind as well. We're here for you, and we want you to have a really great time at the conference. And so with that, I think we're not going to have any questions here. Oh, here we go. How often do you guys have these hangouts?
Hey.
Tuscan Wonder. Sneaking it right in there. So we had a hangout last month, but it's about once a month. We had a hangout last month for the application process, and that was right after the application was available. We are having one. This is our December hangout. Next month, we might do two, but I'm guessing one about the programming is going to be enough, and then maybe one about logistics. I'm not sure. We'll have to feel that one out. And I'm hoping to have one at least once every month. So thanks for the question. I wonder if that's going to start a whole bunch now. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Anybody? No, I think that's it. Okay. Excellent. Well, that's great. Well, be sure to check out our new site if you're still with us right now. It's at www.outforundergrad.org. It's a .org. And check out the technology section because that's our new website. We're got a few kinks, but we're working it out. And we'll see everyone in January. Thanks so much.
Thanks, everyone.
Okay.
Happy holidays. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.